history is full of mysteries. One Stonington lobsterman may have just dragged one up from the depths. Grace Bradley takes us there for a deep dive.
You never know what you're going to haul up.
When lobster fisherman Mike Billings set out to check his traps July 8th, everything was business as usual until something caught his eye.
And I noticed I had a buoy just barely kegging. Usually there's two buoys, a buoy and a toggle. So I went over and I pulled on it, and I pulled up on it. And when I did, it was heavy, but when I let go, it pulled back, and it literally felt like something was pulling on it. Was hauling it slowly because I was like, something heavy's on here. I didn't want my line to break. And I'm hauling about halfway up. This part right here was just there. It was no big splash or anything. It was just out of water beside my boat. And I looked and saw what it was, and I literally just stood there for a couple minutes in awe. I couldn't say, I couldn't even believe what I was looking at.
After talking with local experts, Billings discovered that the rusted, barnacle-encrusted discovery was an anchor that was dated to be about 150 years old. Despite getting offered $1,000, he plans to donate the artifact to the town.
I really wanted to do something for the town, the fishermen, the quarry workers over the years, the people who built this waterfront, which last winter took a beating and a lot of damage. So I just feel like it ties a lot of things together.
Uncovering the anchor has perhaps led to more questions than answers, as some have inquired on its connection to the Royal Tar, a ship that sank off Stonington in 1863.
It was a famous circus ship, and it was 160 feet long, and it was traveling up and down the coast full of circus animals, elephants, giraffes, I mean, you name it. There's a lot of conflicting stories, but onlookers that saw the ship come through, they saw that the back of the boat was on fire. People tried to row out and tell them, and people on the ship had no idea what they wanted. They just thought they wanted to see the animals. This probably isn't from that. I'm not going to assume that it is, and there's really no way to tell, but it's the mystery of it.
While we may not be able to say for sure if the anchor is from the Royal Tar, the finding still serves as a piece of important local history and shows the undeniable connections between island communities like Stonington and the water that surrounds them.
We need to know our histories in order to understand who we are. And, communities thrive best and are most strong when they have a shared sense of identity. Stonington's shared sense of identity is around its waterfront, its working waterfront. And so an anchor is a perfect representation of that. And, part of storytelling is myth, right? I mean, the whole story of the Royal Tar involves a lot of myth making.
The mystery and the soul and the spirit still exists out there in the water. And sometimes you get a piece of it.
Grace Bradley, WABI, TV5 News, Stonington.